Hello everyone, welcome to the Method Crafter. In today's game for the Swallowtail Festival we have Dragon Races, a very simple craft to add some color to your session. Let's go through the game's description and then hit the table. There's been talk of starting dragon farming in Sandpoint. We gotta find out which ones are the fastest so that we have the best ones. Pick yourself a dragon and pit it in a race against your friends. This game is located in the Sandpoint Market Square on the south side by the docks, just at the beginning of Market Street. It has 4 30-feet long lane tracks set up next to each other. Near the starting line, there is a large cage with 12 lizards in it. Each one has a set of twig and cloth wings attached to their backs, painted in different colors so that they look like little dragons. Without touching the lizards, goad your lizard down the track. Get him to cross the finish line before your opponents and win a prize. For the racetrack's base, we're going to use a thin piece of cardboard. I'm here using a Burger King's box leftover. We need to mark a 7 by 4 square grid, which for me that's 14 by 8 centimeter, but if you're using the Imperial system, just 7 by 4 inches. The first 1 by 4 row will cover the track's cages for our dragons, while the remaining 6 by 4 will represent the individual tracks. Once marked, we cut the base with some scissors or X-Acto knife. We then need to make barriers to separate the individual lanes. For that, I use a slightly thicker cardboard and I cut 12 cm by 1 cm stripes. We need 5 of these. I then use a little bit of super glue to add them to the base and some PVA glue to the sides to strengthen the barriers. For the cage, you can use a plastic mesh if that's available to you. I see that many crafts using those, especially for sci-fi terrain, but not easy to find where I live. Instead, I had some leftover of this metal mesh to protect against bugs, so I'll be using that. I have this 2 cm wide popsicle stick, which I'm going to use as ruler for bending the shape of the cage. I bend it 3 times to make the top and bigger sides of the cage, and then cut 2 cm to each end of the cage to bend them back as the smaller sides. Keep bending and cutting the cage to have a box shape and fit into the dedicated base space. Then I'm going to use some barbecue sticks to give some stability and strength to the cage base. I'll cut 2 long sticks for the longer sides and 2 smaller ones for the ends. Then use silicone glue to stick them to the mesh. Make sure you use a sticky and voluminous glue in this step, otherwise you won't get the mesh to hold it into the sticks. If you are instead using a plastic and wider mesh, most likely super glue would be a better option. With this, our craft is ready and we can proceed with the next step. Painting is very simple in this one, and since the base cardboard already has an earthy color, we don't need to worry about it. I use a dark brown for the lane sides and then dry brush with a light brown. I made a washy brown and make random puddle spots on the tracks, which could make like lizard's piss or mud. Add more washes in the cage's space, as it's the place where the dragons mostly spend their time. To represent the dragons during the race, you can simply use some different color beads. I had these butterfly-shaped beads, which work very well to pose as the dragon's wings. With this, our craft is finished and we can look at it in the table. So there we have an additional game to work as introduction for your players. In our next video for this series, we'll have the Devil Hunt. We're gonna be creating a mini for the Sandpoint Devil that not only will work as a game in the Swallowtail Festival, but you can also use it further on if you want to have that encounter on your AP. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel not to miss any future videos, and see you on the next craft.